Hello, everybody, and welcome to Richmond International Raceway here in Richmond, Virginia. Race number 11 of the RMS season. The West Coast swing comes to an end, and we head back east. In that case, two short tracks coming up on the schedule. This one being Richmond, next being Nashville Fairgrounds. Should be very exciting for some short track action. And the championship race starting to heat up as well as we're about to approach halfway through the season. So let's get through your starting lineup in that case. On pole today is Ezekiel Garcia-Ball, one of our championship contenders. He currently sits third in points. To his outside is Purep Shrivastava, your current points leader in row 2, that is Angel Gutierrez. And to his outside, Josh Eichenfelder. Row 3 is a couple teammates, Michael Parsons, Dan Sedgwick. Then row 4 is Mark Evans and Skippy Larson. Row 5 includes Kurt Perkins and last week's winner, that being Ronnie Martin. Row 6 is WarioWare and Anton Alvarez to his outside. Row 7 is Alex Davidson and Riley Smith. Row 8 is Leroy Conwell and Ryan Scarrett. Row 9 is Caleb Lane and Kellen Short, currently second in points right now. Row 10 is S.T. Craig and Kyler Sistri. Row 11 is Fleet Cruz and Montana Sherman. Row 12 is Christopher Lattimore and Kirsten Bell. Row 13 is Manuel Sanchez and Carlson Vebels. Row 14 is Mark Guerrero making his return after recovering from injury from Atlanta, and to his outside is Sierra Reno. Row 15 is Alex Williams and Asher Evelyn. Row 16 is Bandit Gallagher and Justin Perez. Row 17, is that right? Yeah, row 17 is Neil Dick and Caleb Rose. Row 18 is Jackson Brown and Alan Rose. Excuse me. Qualifying for his first race since the Daytona 500. Excuse me once again. Row 19 is Nelson Reeves and Peter Lane. Row 20 is Tegan Fox and Patrick Kamitz. And on the final row is Flandre Wilson and Doge Porkington in the 01. Not Brock Moore as per usual. He starts in the rear because of the driver change. So we'll see if he can make his way through the field. That's enough with your starting lineup. Let's get this race underway.
Drivers, start your engines!
Alright, the cars are now rolling, the engines fired up here at Richmond. Garcia-Ball on pole, the pace car pulls in. Shrivastava looking for double. He won the ADS race yesterday. He's looking for a win here at RMS. Green flag is out, and we're underway. And Shrivastava got a really great jump off the line. Looks like he might be able to clear Garcia-Ball using the outside line, side by side for second, and he's going to clear Garcia-Ball into turn 3. But Garcia-Ball is not going to let him get away that easily. He peeks down to the inside. Shrivastava leads lap number 1. Going to be side by side into turn 1. But for a second, but looks like Shrivastava has a strong enough car that he's really using the outside line to start off this one. And so he'll slot back in front. Garcia-Ball, though, trying to keep pressure on him, trying to keep him close. Parsons trying to go for third place, meanwhile, right behind. Mark Evans trying to go for fifth place as well. It's side by side. A couple battles going on. And it looks like Gutierrez might be able to hang on to third place. And it looks like he won't just yet. Marks picked up fifth place, but immediately gets shoved up to the outside line by Perkins, not Parsons. Gutierrez is really fighting back hard on the outside line, and he might be able to clear, and he cannot. Cannot just yet. He's battling hard with Parsons, meanwhile out front. Garcia-Ball is peeking down to the inside again, trying to get the lead back. He didn't lead lap number 1, but he won pole, so he's looking to get that lead back quickly. Side by side for the lead. Garcia-Ball just barely beating Stravosova here coming to the line. Who's going to lead this lap? I believe it's going to be Garcia Ball. He's going to clear. And we got our first lead change of the day. Back out front goes Garcia Ball, looking for win number 2 on the year. He dominated Phoenix. And a win today will definitely help his championship hopes. As Parsons still battling with Gutierrez behind. He's not giving up that position that easily. He's not giving up. But Parsons, I think, might be able to win this race. But as you can see, Gutierrez is kind of driving it into the corner. A lot better than some of these drivers. Some of these other drivers. As Parsons still trying to clear the 87, and he finally will. He'll finally slot into 3rd place, but Perkins right behind, putting pressure on him. Stravosova, meanwhile, battling with Garcia Ball here. He might try to get his lead back. He's all over the back bumper, and he looks like he's going for a bit of a higher line compared to Garcia Ball. Currently has the fastest lap. Stravosova still putting pressure on him. As 3 wide here, Dan Sedgwick being very aggressive. It's going to send Gutierrez back some more. As, oh man, they're not quite clear yet. There you go, they're finally clear, but they're still 3 wide as here comes Mark Evans. Being very aggressive, taking advantage of that. And that's going to send Gutierrez back some more, and that's going to end the 3 wide action. Perkins now moves up into 3rd place, by the way. As Dan Sedgwick trying to pick up another position against his teammate, trying to get to 5th place, and he will win that battle easily. Stravosova still putting pressure on Garcia Ball here, but he cannot get around the 17 right now. These two are completely gone from everybody else, as Perkins is trying to chase both of them down. Parsons continuing to fall back behind, as he's getting passed by Davidson and Gutierrez and WarioWare, it seems like, so he'll drop all the way back to 9th place, possibly. And yeah, Perkins is closing in a little bit, just a tad bit on the top 2 here. As Stravosova running a bit of a higher line, bit of a higher entry, trying to pull maybe a bit of a crossover move. Not going to work. Nothing really developed from that. Perkins still closing in. He gained a ton of time that last time as Stravosova goes a bit higher. This is going to start losing time on Garcia Ball. Dan Sedgwick now has the fastest lap. Number 6 to the top of the board. Currently sitting in 4th place. Or never mind, he's now in 5th. Mark Evans getting around him. Evans has won at this racetrack before. He's looking for another win here at Richmond. Davidson also getting around Dan Sedgwick. He might have set the fastest lap, but he is not having any race pace at all. As Evans tried to take a higher line there, trying to get around Perkins, and it's not going to work. He's going to fall back. Davidson is going to get around him. Dan Sedgwick looks like also going to get around him. Evans in a bit of trouble here, as Perkins is now losing time on the top 2. He was gaining time before, but now he's losing it. And Evans is going to fall back to 7th place behind and slot in there as most of the field gets single followed out. Battle for the lead going on. Stravosova, Garcia Ball, and Stravosova takes the lead away easily. I may have spoken too soon. A Ball trying to fight back on the outside, but it's going to lose that battle. Stravosova is going to clear, and back up front goes the 36, not 96. That's going to allow Perkins to gain a bit of time there as they were side by side battling each other, slowing each other down. But now, since they're single file again, it should even out. As Garcia Ball trying to make it close between him and Stravosova right now. But yeah, Stravosova seems like he's got the slightly faster car over Garcia Ball, so he pulls away a bit some more. Perkins hanging on to his 3rd place right now. Not really much action happening as Gutierrez is under some fire, getting passed by WarioWare, and it looks like Josh Eichenfelder possibly behind. And yeah, Stravosova starting to pull away some more. Garcia Ball dropping back into the clutches of Perkins possibly. Still got a long way to go till the end. Oh, he gained some time there. Shrivastava had a faster lap that time. As he gained some time, he cut it down to almost 2/10 of a second. See if he gained some more time. I don't think he did that lap. It looks like it was a bit slower. Crossing the line. Yeah, it was a bit slower. He lost a bit of time. Meanwhile, Dan Cedric trying to move up into third place. Trying to get around Perkins. Yellow flag's out. Yellow's out. Yellow's out. We got trouble for the first time today, and it looks like Bandit Gallagher, Caleb Rose, they're both in a bit of trouble. So is Alex Williams. And it looks like a 3-car incident is going to bring out our first caution of the day. There's a reason why it was a 3-car incident. It was 3 wide going down the back stretch, and they just start making contact and can't stop making contact as Caleb Rose slides up into Williams. And Bandit Gallagher just a bystander there. That sends Rose around. And yeah, as simple as that. That's the reason for the first caution of the day. Williams seems like he didn't get that much damage, but I wouldn't be shocked if anybody retired from that incident. Looks like everybody will be able to continue. So that's our first caution of the day, a 3-car incident involving 3 drivers. And it looks like we'll have some pit stops after this yellow flag waves. Everybody looks like they're heading to pit road this time. Yeah, nobody's staying out. Following Purab Srivastava to pit road. And yeah, nobody's staying out this time. Unlike the ADS race where there was definitely a mix of strategy, this time, not so much. As Srivastava will get into his stall, followed by Garcia Ball. See if anybody takes some interesting strategies here. Maybe 2 tires, maybe fuel only. We'll see. Still very early, but it looks like most people are taking 4 tires and fuel for the most part. And Srivastava done with his stop. Garcia Ball having some trouble. Dan Sedgwick off second. And a Ball, slow stop. He'll be off 5th. Whoa, look at Conwell trying to take it 3 wide off of pit road. But yeah, Purab Srivastava hangs on to his lead. Dan Sedgwick now moves up into 2nd place. Getting ready for the first restart of this race. So you can see Caleb Wayne running up on the inside. He had a couple issues on pit road, so he's well knocked down. Srivastava won the race off of pit road. Garcia Ball had a bit of a slower stop in the 17 machine, so he falls back to 5th. But anyways, getting ready to go back green. Pace car is on pit road. Srivastava should see the green flag right now, and we're back underway. Gonna have to deal with Caleb Wayne on the inside, and he will clear the 46 into turn 1. Davidson slides up to the outside, trying to get around Caleb Wayne there, who's a bit slower maybe. Sedgy dealing with some trouble of trying to get around Lane, and he'll finally clear the 46. Meanwhile, his teammate right behind him, Manuel Sanchez, trying to get around him. Here comes Dan Sedgwick for the lead. Trying to go for a move, but he was too far back to try anything, but he's there, and he's trying to put pressure on his teammate. Could possibly make a move if he gets a good enough run, but not a great entry into turn 3 and 4 at all. That was not a good corner, and he's going to drop back somewhat. So that aggressive move, he was a bit too far back to make it, and that's not going to pay off for Sedgy, and he's going to fall back into the clutches of Manuel Sanchez here. Sanchez is going to close up on him, but he's going to slide up a bit. Bad corner there for Sanchez. Josh Eichenfelder now slots into 4th. Davidson in a bit of trouble as here comes Mark Guerrero having a good race. He hit it very well, picked up some positions, and now he's in the top 10, looking to get into the top 5. Is the number 20, as Davidson is trying to get around Eichenfelder up into 4th place he goes. So the top 3 kind of spread apart here. Quandre Wilson making her way through the field. Almost into the top 10 she goes after starting near last, as Garcia Ball continuing to fall back. Doesn't look like Gutierrez. Oh, never mind. There he is. Gutierrez didn't have a good stop either, but he's kind of making his way back to the front. As here comes Wilson. Into the top 10 she goes. Garcia Ball still falling back. He's in a bit of trouble getting stuck outside the top 10 right now. As it's pretty much calm out front. It's still Purab Stravostova's race. Seji did gain some time on him. As check on the fastest lap leaderboards. It's still Ciarino now with the fastest lap. And Sedgwick previously held that position, but now he doesn't. Seems like Stravostova just has the better car overall. In terms of race pace, not in terms of speed, as Guerrero is going to enter the top 5 if he can get clear of Eichenfelder. Wilson right behind him as he slides up a bit, might open the door for Quandre Wilson. Here she comes, she's got room, she's going to take it 3 wide for 5th place. For a second at least. Almost thought she was, but she still has room on the inside. Great corner there by the 40. And Wilson now battling with Guerrero for 5th place, and she's going to win that battle. What a move by Quandre Wilson. And from 41st on the grid, she now slots 5th. Tegan Fox right behind as well, getting around Guerrero. Garcia Ball trying to make up ground as well. He fell back from the start and is now picking up positions now, trying to recover. Dan Sedgwick, meanwhile, maybe in trouble from Manuel Sanchez as he starts closing in on the 6 machine. As Stravostova is completely gone here. He has over a second lead right now. And Sanchez is now almost all over the back row with the 6. Going to need a good 3 and 4 here if he wants a chance. Not as good. Not as good as Dan Sedgwick. And Sedgwick's actually going to gain some time there. So that was a pretty good lap for the 6 machine, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough to gain up on Purab Stravostova. Gain up? Not the... gain on Purab Stravostova, that's what I meant. As he continues to cruise, and yeah, he gained time that lap, so the average is kind of evening out. So it's not really mattering in the end. Wilson trying to go for 4th place, meanwhile, underneath the 10 of Alex Davidson. And she's going to take 4th place. She's going to clear. She looks like she's got a fast hot run underneath her. And she is currently 4th fastest right now, so that explains a lot. As she slots into 4th place. Now going to try to catch up with Sanchez, who continues to pressure Dan Sedgwick. Hasn't quite made a move yet. Oh, he's all over the back of the 6-yard. Won't be shocked if he makes a move soon. 100 laps to go. We've reached that point in the race. 40 laps pretty much clean, except for that one caution, but I wouldn't be shocked if it becomes a wreck fest near the end of the race as these drivers get a bit antsy and try crazy moves and stuff like that. Seji just hanging on to 2nd place for now. Any sign of lap traffic ahead? Doesn't seem like it. Bandit Gallagher with the damaged race car. Sherman is not running very well right now. 41st on pace, so... or excuse me, 40th on pace, so I'm not sure what's up with his car. Ryan Scared also running not very well. Mark Evans as well. Ronnie Martin, although Evans had a pretty slow pit stop for whatever reason, so he's all the way back here trying to recover. He's not doing a very good job of that. So did Perkins. Perkins as well did not have a great stop either. WarioWare as well. A lot of the front runners from early in the race not having very good pit stops in. Now they're kind of stuck here. It seems like a 00 pitted for some reason. And is holding up Dan Sedgwick as a result. Now, I'm not sure why Alex Williams pitted. There were no issues. That was not a scheduled stop. So I'm not sure what happened there to him. So very bad luck. Maybe trying to repair more of that damage, perhaps. But that's going to allow Stravosova to pull away some more, and that's going to allow Fondre Wilson to close up on Manuel Sanchez. Here she goes, trying to go for third place. Trying to get around the one. She's going to do that. And maybe try to get around Seji as well, as Seji's trying to get around Williams at the same time. Cannot get there. Cannot quite make a move yet. Down the back stretch they go. Wilson now moving up to the high side of Dan Sedgwick. Almost. I thought she was about to take it 3 wide, and now she might be in a bit of trouble dropping back. Sanchez got enough of a run to get to the inside of her. And Manuel Sanchez will be able to clear for third place. I spoke too soon there. Wilson's got a strong car. Looks like she's going to fight back and hold on to third place. Great driving there by the 40. Seji's still trying to get around Williams. He is struggling to do that right now, and he finally will. Wilson will take advantage of that, trying to get to the inside of the 00. Williams is 3 laps down now, so he's not in the free pass position at all, as, you know, he's going to screw over Manuel Sanchez. Sanchez might be in trouble. Davidson caught up. Garcia Ball as well. Here goes Wilson for second place, meanwhile. From 41st on the grid, mind you. She qualified 42nd, technically. And now look at her. Battling for second right now. It's a very distant second, but it's second nonetheless, as here comes Manuel Sanchez as well. Gonna get around Dan Sedgwick. Garcia Ball definitely on recovery mode. He's almost up into the top 5 again. Somehow, someway, that 17 still has some speed. As looks like Wilson is starting to pull away a bit. Seji trying to pick up third place again. And Garcia Ball is going to clear for 5th behind. Meanwhile, Seji still trying to get around the 1. And looks like he is going to clear out of turn 2. I almost said turn 4. That's not right. And yeah, Stravosova just on a lazy Sunday drive right now. He is cruising. Not a care in sight, not a worry in his mind right now. As Wilson is trying to chase him down, but she's not running as good as laps as that 36 is right now. Sanchez trying to hang on to his 4th place as Garcia Ball's trying to get around him. Not sure if Garcia Ball would earn the points lead after this race, as Angel Gutierrez is still close behind in 11th. If he makes a move for the top 10 position, that would be very helpful for Gutierrez. But might pick up second in points over Kellen Short. Actually, maybe not. Kellen Short is currently 19th right now, but Garcia Ball's up into 3rd place, so you never know. As, man, Stravosova continuing to pull away. Just showing his dominance from this weekend. Although he didn't really have a dominant car in the ADS race. He just got lucky. He had speed at the end. He caught Peter Onjak, took the lead away from him, and never looked back. He held off the 78 for a couple more laps. But today, after winning that race, he is just showing his dominance right now. As Garcia Ball might be trying to go for second place here soon over Flandre. Most of the top 10 getting single filed out. Parsons trying to get around Guerrero, meanwhile, right behind. Almost a 4-second lead for Stravosova. He has no cares in the world right now. He's got a fast race car, and he's gone. He's out of this universe. Now it's Garcia Ball going for the inside, trying to get around Wilson. Side by side for second. Garcia Ball trying to get his second place back, and he will. And he might be able to chase down Stravosova, possibly. 17's running a little bit faster. So it looks like Fleet Cruz had some issues. And it looks like he retired from the race, so completely missed that. That's my fault. But yeah, it looks like the 17 running some faster laps. So maybe could chase down our leader, currently Stravosova, but it's got a long way to go to get there. Almost a 4-second lead for him right now, as Wilson is in a bit of trouble here. Could be in trouble of possibly losing 3rd place over Manuel Sanchez. And yeah, you can see Garcia Ball is running faster laps. He is gaining some time on the 36 right now. He wants to get back up front. He wants to grab the lead for himself. You know, help him in points. Oh, he did not have a good lap that time. He lost time. So I thought he was gaining somewhat, possibly, but as it turns out, no, not really. He was gaining some laps, but then he had that terrible lap, and now that's affecting him. It's allowing Wilson to close back in. Shout out to Asher Evelyn right now, currently nope, not Wilson levels. The 12, Asher Evelyn into the top 10 he goes. Having a good run today, for sure. So is Tegan Fox, Neil Dick as well. Some of those drivers near the bottom of the points. Well, not bottom, but like near the top third in points. In owners' points, that's kind of important. Stravosima now has a 4-second advantage over Garcia Ball. Just in his own little world right now. And I think he gained some more time, just a bit. He ran a faster lap than Garcia Ball. And now the tires are starting to wear out some more, so maybe we'll see pit stops soon. Not sure when those are supposed to happen again, but could be a possibility as Davidson trying to get around the lap car of Alex Williams. And so is Dan Sedgwick as well, right behind. We're coming up on the halfway point of this race, and it's been about like 40 laps so far green, and only one caution, very different from the ADS race yesterday, where it was kind of a wreck fest, as Parsons trying to use the outside line to his advantage. Not really working out, but he's trying to make it work at least, but no swap right behind Dan Sedgwick. Any lap traffic ahead? Yes, there is. There's Bandit Gallagher to become a bit of a threat, but with his massive lead right now, he shouldn't worry about Bandit Gallagher slowing him down. Now it looks like Caleb Rose is still kind of running a bit faster than you would expect. About where he should be running with Aaron Rose and Jackson Brown. A little bit of the same equipment he pretty much has. Not really much battles going on right now. So we're kind of in that point of the race where everybody is just trying to, you know, hang on, save their tires until the next round of pit stops pretty much. As we do have a bit of a battle going on behind. It looks like Mark Guerrero and Michael Parsons going at it, with Asher Evelyn waiting in the wings to take advantage of that. Looks like Gutierrez is in a bit of trouble. He's falling back to 14. Oh, Evelyn slot up high, and he might be in a bit of trouble. Try to use the high line to get around Mark Guerrero, and now he's in trouble of losing his position to Neil Dick, who's trying to get around him. Side by side here for 9th place. Carlos just try right behind as well. And Evelyn could easily fall out of the top 10 here. Yeah, he's in a whole heap of trouble right now. Sistry is going to get around, or excuse me, Neil Dick is going to clear. Sistry might be able to clear as well. And he will. Cammy's also trying to get around him. And so is Kirsten Bell right behind. Tegan Fox too. As Guerrero's going to get around Parsons and take over 9th place. Or no, that's 7th. Huh. I did not know that. And Parsons is now in trouble losing 8th to Neil Dick, who's trying to get around him. Still on the inside, cannot quite keep side by side. Looks like Evelyn is going to slot back into place, but lost a couple positions there, that's for sure. Going to affect him a bit. But still a strong run so far from him today. Garcia Ball right loose to 2nd place. Here comes Evelyn, or excuse me, Wilson, not Evelyn. Great run for her out of turn 4. peeking up to the outside, trying to pull a crossover. Not going to quite work. Didn't get a good entry into turn 1 at all. Stravostova still hasn't quite caught up to Bandit Gallagher here. But with his massive lead right now, which is almost 5 seconds, a 5-second advantage right now. Well, I spoke too soon there. He lost a bit of time, but, I mean, gaining or losing time, I mean, like, the 17 right now, Garcia Ball, he's not really gaining a ton of time. If he was gaining a ton of time, that would be very helpful for him right now, but not really. He's not really doing that. So it's just kind of evening out. Like, he gains some time, but then loses a lot of time another lap. As Stravostova has caught up to the solar car of Bandit Gallagher. And he's kind of getting slowed up by him, but he should easily get around him into turn 1. Yep. What's funny is that Garcia Ball actually lost time there. As Gallagher will now be the first car 1 lap down. If there's a caution, we'll get the wave around. We'll get the lucky dog. He'll get the free pass. Whatever you want to call it. As we continue on. Stravostova might be catching up to some more lap traffic here. Caleb Rose, Alan Rose, the Roses, no relation by the way, Justin Perez and Jackson Brown as well. Will become a bit of trouble for the 36 machine, but as we've seen today, there's no trouble with him at all. Nothing can bring his spirits down unless something bad happens. Kirsten Bell, shout out to her, currently fighting for 10th place over Patrick Camions right now. Side by side down the backstretch, Peter Lane also right behind, trying to pick up another position, currently in 12th. Howard Sistride falling back to 13th currently. Avon continuing to fall back some more. I thought he would get back in line and try to make his way back to the front, but that is not the case right now. He's kind of struggling. As Bell will now pick up 10th place. Stravostova, or excuse me, Peter Lane, trying to make it a Parsons Motorsports 1, 2, 3, 4 in terms of cars in the top 10. Currently just outside of it. Stravostova still closing in on the lap traffic somewhat. Well, looks like Gallagher. Did I catch up to the lap car of Gallagher? Or did he pit? He pitted instead. Oh boy, is that a possible sign? It is. It is a sign. There goes Caleb Rose on the pit road. Could have pit stops here soon for the leaders. Wilson is heading to pit road. Dan Sedgwick as well, right behind. Only a couple takers this time. Skippy Larson, Kurt Perkins as well. Here comes WarioWare, Nelson Reeves, Paulson Bevels, Doge Porkington. Will any of the other leaders coming this time by? Purev Stravostova is coming in. Here he comes. Will Garcia Ball come in? He's coming in as well. So we got some takers here. Looks like Manuel Sanchez will stay out another lap. Guerrero's in. Parsons is in. Kyler Sistry as well. And they're into their pit stalls, getting fresh tires. See if Sanchez is probably going to be pitting this time. He's already in. Is Davidson in as well? Yes, he is, right behind. I don't think anybody's staying out this time. Everybody's coming in. Wilson currently back out now. See if... No, not even close to grabbing the lead. Looks like a good pit stop there by Garcia Ball, but Stravostova just domination. And nothing but domination, as he'll probably easily retake the lead. Coming out of pit stops. Yeah, Manuel Sanchez and Alex Davidson, they're not even close. As Wilson will pick up second place because of that. Great pit stop there for Flandre. And Manuel Sanchez will fall right behind Garcia Ball. And yep, he's back out front. as he's currently getting passed by Skippy Larson. Although the gap is a bit smaller this time, not 4 seconds, it's 2 seconds. And now with Shrivastava dealing with Skippy Larson, maybe that could be a bit of a problem. That could allow Wilson to close in some more, maybe? I don't know. Probably not. Gained some time there, but that's probably because him and Larson were side by side. Gonna need help from Jackson Brown here, possibly. Because I don't think that 40 is faster than 36 right now. We'll see here. This time by 3:88. Another fast lap from Wilson. Pretty much the same lap. So maybe she is faster currently. Not sure if that is right, but we'll see. If this trend continues, we could possibly have a battle for the lead here soon. But Wilson does have to deal with the lap car of Jackson Brown, and I think she definitely lost time this lap. Yeah, she did. Shrivastava, that car is just strong. Really strong. Too strong, some might say. Nobody else can beat it right now. Unless a caution comes out, which you never know. You never know when a caution will come out. As we saw at Phoenix, that kind of affected the finish. Wilson did gain some time that previous lap, though. Trying to cut it to 1.5 seconds between her and Shrivastava. At least for Purap, he definitely locked up most laps led so far. There have only been 2 leaders today, that being him and of course Garcia Ball, who currently sits in 3rd place. Shrivastava might have to deal with some more lap traffic coming up here. Vanna Gallagher might go 2 laps down, despite his pace. Oh, he's actually on the lead lap. Never mind. Somehow on the lead lap after pit stops. Wilson is gaining a bit of time here. 50 laps to go, by the way. So, coming down to it. Wilson is going to quickly need to get around Jackson Brown, though, if she wants a shot at the lead. And Brown looks like he's giving her some room, but she's not close enough to make a move on him. And she lost a bit of time. She had a bit of a slower lap. And now Shrivastava getting slowed up by Vanna Gallagher. Oh, try to take the high side. Cannot. That's going to slow him down some more. Uh-oh. He might be in a bit of trouble here, folks. Trying to get to the inside. He cannot. But Wilson is not really gaining either because she's kind of struggling to get around Jackson Brown. So if Shrivastava can get around Gallagher, he might be all right here. Big run out of into turn 4. And to the inside it goes. And he should easily get this pass done, putting back a lap down. And still a lot of lap traffic in front of him to deal with. So, again, if Wilson can get around Jackson Brown, which she's not really doing a good job of that right now. She's close to him, but she can't really make a move on him. As she gains another lap. Well, not another lap. She gains more time. Shrivastava sliding up a bit, almost opened the door for Gallagher. As he's in the middle of 2 lap cars, Caleb Rose and Vanna Gallagher. And Wilson is gaining a ton of time here. Just gained a ton of time with that lap, I believe. Yes, she did. But now she's got to get around Jackson Brown. Oh, she slides up a bit. That's going to affect her next lap. She's got to get around Jackson Brown and Vanna Gallagher if she wants a shot at the lead. And that might be a bit of trouble, especially as Shrivastava gets through more lap traffic. The more cars you have to buffer, the better your chances of winning pretty much right now as Shrivastava slides up again. And there goes Wilson trying to get around Brown. And she'll easily do that. Now got to tackle Vanna Gallagher. And then there won't be any buffers between her and Shrivastava. She's got the lead down to 1 second. Oh, she slides up a bit. That's going to affect her. That's going to affect her time. Meanwhile, Shrivastava trying to get around Caleb Rose. And this could be trouble. This could be trouble for Wilson. There's going to be a 2-car buffer again between the top 2. Yes. Rose is not quite clear yet. Now he is. And now Stravosova has got 2 cars between him again. Wilson trying to catch up to Bandit Gallagher currently. Gallagher slides up a bit, going to allow Wilson to close in. Williams onto pit road on an alternate strategy. Coming up on 40 laps to go. 1 lap until that happens, as Wilson got the inside line on Gallagher. But Stravosova dealing with some lap traffic of Justin Perez, Carlson Vevelst, Alan Rose, Ronnie Martin as well. So there could be even more of a buffer, but he's kind of struggling to get around Perez right now. If Wilson can get around... Oh, she lost some time again that next lap. She's got to get around Caleb Rose, and she's going to have a great chance. But yeah, Stravosova struggling to get around the 18. And he's going to finally get around. He's finally going to clear. Once again, 2-car buffer between the top 2 again. Wilson driving it in there, trying to get around Rose as quickly as possible. She cannot. She cannot do it. She might be in a bit of trouble here. Stravosova trying to deal with the slow car of Vevelst. 40 laps to go. And there goes Stravosova to the inside. If there's a 3-car buffer now, that might be a bit of trouble. As Wilson will be able to get clear of Caleb Rose. Now going to try to chase down Perez. Stravosova cannot get clear of Vevelst, so that's a huge advantage to Wilson. She gained a ton of time there because he was side-by-side with Vevelst for so long. She's going to need to get around Perez, though, quickly. Moving to the inside. There goes Flandre Wilson getting around the lap car. Stravosova trying to get around Vevelst. He's not clear. Here is Flandre Wilson. She's now there. As Stravosova continues to get slowed up by Vevelst. Now he finally has room on the inside. But will Vevelst fight back? He's definitely gonna. He definitely got a good run there in the corners. Now down the back stretch. No, he will lose that battle. Wilson now running the high side. Wow. What was she doing there? She's going to try to get around Vevelst now too. And she'll easily do that. Trying to keep close with Stravosova. There's some room between Stravosova and Ronnie Martin now. As Wilson is struggling to get around Vevelst right now. She can't quite get clear of him, and that's going to allow Stravosova to pull away a little bit. Now she finally gets clear of the 11. Garcia Ball also closing in a little bit as well, might I add. And Angel Gutierrez into the top 10. I hadn't realized that he'd done that. Wilson is now all over the back bumper of Stravosova. I'm losing words here. Peeking down to the inside. Does she have enough of a run to get side by side with the leader? Yes, she does. She's got room. Stravosova, though, I think has a better run. No, he does not. Down the back stretch. Stravosova should be able to clear here. Oh, so close. Does she have any room? Yes, she does. She does just a bit. She's keeping up the pressure, but I think Stravosova should be able to clear into turn 1. No, he cannot. Wilson is pressuring Stravosova. She might get the lead out of this aggressive driving. And she's going to clear Prurab Stravosova. Now the lap car is going to get in the way as well. Carlson Vevelst. That might allow Wilson to pull away. What a move by Flandre Wilson, and she's leading. Coming up on 30 laps to go. Just came out of nowhere. Great pit stop for her. Definitely fixed up the setup in that 40. And now she is the new leader. Stravosova probably going to try to keep it close, though. As it's now 30 laps to go. You have no idea what could happen here in the next 30 laps. Well, still only 1 caution today. And 41 cars still running, so you never know what could happen. As there's now 29 laps to go. Wilson starting to pull away somewhat from Stravosova. As Garcia Ball trying to chase him down. Probably not going to earn the points lead with how Angel Gutierrez is doing right now. The 70... No, not the 78. No, why did I... My fault. There he is. Gutierrez running currently in 6th place, shockingly. He somehow made it up to 6, and he's running pretty well right now. Gap didn't change out front. Wilson is still leading 0.84 over Stravosova. As Gutierrez just sort of chilling right now. Oh, wait, do we have another round of pit stops? Possibly. There goes Bandit Gallagher to pit road. This could mean some trouble here. Possibly. Wilson trying to get around Alan Rose. Yeah, it's still the 24. Do we have another round of pit stops, possibly? That is a good question. Stravosova should gain some time here as Wilson's trying to get around Alan Rose right now. There goes Gallagher. He just finished up his pit stop. Anybody else pitting? I'm not sure. I think he's now on an alternate strategy. Might slow down Wilson here. Oh, but he slides up a bit. That's going to allow Wilson to get underneath him. 25 laps to go. Trying to make it a 3-car buffer between her and Purab Stravosova. Stravosova has dominated all day, but he might fall short because of the setup changes after the pit stop for Flandre Wilson, who's just been on a roll since then. Stravosova had to deal with lap traffic, and he didn't really do a good job of that either. But we also might have another round of pit stops. You never know. As we saw Gallagher pit, no mechanical issues, no nothing, so I think that's supposed to be a scheduled stop. As Wilson's trying to deal with more lap traffic. Ronnie Martin battling with Christopher Lattimore. Martin not really doing a good job of trying to get back-to-back wins. He's been struggling all day on pace. So, not really doing a good job of that. It's going to allow Wilson to battle another lap car here. Get another buffer between her and Stravosova, who is still close. Still very much close. And with one mistake from Wilson, she could lose the lead. As now, Stravosova trying to get around Bevels. Wilson could not get around Lattimore. That might be a bit of trouble for her, as she runs a bit of a higher line. And Stravosova is going to clear Bevels. Wilson now has room on the inside of Lattimore. As Stravosova going for Bandit Gallagher now. Battling with Gallagher. Behind. Wilson really needs to get around Lattimore right now, and she will. Now it's a 2-car buffer again. As Stravosova's trying to clear Gallagher, and he's not really doing a good job of that. As Gallagher's now fighting with Alan Rose. 20 laps to go. What a run for Gallagher on those fresher tires. Shows you how much they matter, and now there's a 3-car buffer between her and Stravosova once again. So that's very helpful for Wilson. Still no signs of other cars pitting. Maybe they can make it to the end, I'm not sure. Looks like Garcia Ball has lost some time against the top 2 right now. As Wilson continues to lead. Gallagher trying to pick up another position using the high side. And it's not going to work. Stravosova lost a position to Vevelst on track. Well, not a position in the race, but on track. Now he's got to deal with 4 lap cars if he wants to battle with Flandre Wilson for the lead again. Still no signs of any other cars pitting. I mean, if Bandit Gallagher had to pit, I think that's a sign of possible pit stops coming late into the race. I'm not sure when. Could be with 1 lap to go, could be with 5 laps, I'm not sure. Wilson now catching up to Ronnie Martin, trying to run a bit of a higher line. As Stravosova dealing with lap traffic still. Got around Alan Rose and Bevels, but lost time. Battling with that lap traffic a bit. Getting up the rest of the top 20. Definitely a shuffling of the field after pit stops. 15 laps to go, and Wilson has got a 2-second advantage over Stravosova, who's stuck between a bunch of lap cars trying to battle with them. Just the dominance from him today, but it's going to come up short, it seems like. Unless Bandit Gallagher can get around Flandre Wilson, and then Srivastava can get around Lattimore, but he's not really close to Lattimore right now. But Bandit Gallagher is pretty close to Wilson, so Gallagher might get one of his laps back. He's 3 laps down, okay. But yeah, those fresh tires showing how much of an advantage they are here at Richmond. As another lap ticks away, ticks down, ticks down, ticks down. Gallagher peeking down to the inside as Wilson's trying to deal with Ronnie Martin. She might be in a bit of trouble. No, she hangs on. Keeps Gallagher behind her. But Ronnie Martin is definitely going to slow her down a bit. Still no signs of cars pitting, so I think we should be good to go to the end. And Wilson has got a pretty sizable lead right now. But as we saw, Srivastava didn't really deal well with the lap traffic, and that costed him the lead, and that costed him a possible victory. And also, there could be a caution. A caution could come out at any moment right now. With 10 laps to go at least. If it was 5 laps to go, then that would be cutting it close possibly on a restart. As we now got 10 laps to go. Wilson still struggling to get around Ronnie Martin right now as Srivastava clear of Lattimore. So now there's no buffer between Wilson, or excuse me, there's one buffer between Wilson and Srivastava right now, and that's Bandit Gallagher, who is really trying to get around Flandre Wilson right now. 9 laps to go, although Srivastava didn't really gain a lot of time there, so I think Wilson has the better car. Check up on the fastest lap, it is Skippy Larson who currently has it. Gallagher peeking down to the inside. He's got a run here. This might be trouble for Wilson. There's no space. Oh, contact, contact, contact! A lot of contact there that almost sent Wilson around. But Bandit Gallagher is going to get around Flandre Wilson as Wilson's trying to fight back. Just let him go. You got to let him go now. There's no space between you and Srivastava now, but you just got to let him go because he's on fresher tires. He's faster than you. You just got to hope that gap is enough. And you got to set down solid lap times. With just about 6 laps to go coming up. Trying to get around Conwell now is Wilson. Cannot get around him. 6 laps to go. The gap this time. It grew somewhat. So she set down a really good lap compared to Srivastava. I think she's just got the better car right now. As she's trying to deal with the lap traffic. Trying to get around Leroy Conwell. 5 laps to go for the 40. At this point, a caution coming out would pretty much end the race, I would imagine. Still nobody else is pitted. Bandit Gallagher. It might have been a false alarm. We'll see. Still have no idea about that. Coming up on 4 laps to go. For Flandre Wilson. Garcia Ball is closing in a bit on Srivastava. Gained some time on him there, but he's mired in lap traffic, and also Manuel Sanchez might be able to get around him as well. I don't think he's going to get the points lead after today. You see that Gutierrez is up into 5th place, so he'll probably get 2nd in points, though, after a strong day, because I'm not sure where Kellen Short is right now, but definitely lacking behind her teammate, who is currently running away with the lead. 3-second advantage over Srivastava. She now got clear of Conwell. Now going to try to deal with some more lap traffic here. 2 laps of racing to go for Flandre Wilson. She already has a win. She got a win last season in the biggest race of all. It's the Daytona 500. That was the Daytona 500, not this race, but that was the Daytona 500. Now she's looking for win number 2. And she might get it here. White flag in the air. Flag. Last lap for Flandre Wilson to take perhaps a shocking victory here today. Somehow got around Srivastava, who had the dominant car of the day. She heads down the backstretch. No signs of cars pitting. She's going to make it to the end. That was only a false alarm, and here she comes to the line. Quandre Wilson wins at Richmond. There goes Quandre Wilson celebrating her second career win and first at Richmond, first on a short track as well, as she burns it down. It's been about a year since her first win in the Daytona 500, and she's very happy about this massive win. I thank you all for watching this race replay of RMS Richmond. Next week, we'll be heading to Nashville for some more short track action, the Nashville Fairgrounds. That should be exciting. I'll see you then for that. Goodbye. Top 20 points coming up.